Alrighty, welcome everyone to day 2 of Advent Code 2025. Yesterday was a bit of a rough start, getting back into used to doing these, but here we go for day 2. Hopefully we can rebound a little bit better, get everything set up. Let's do today's puzzle. You get inside and take the elevator to its only other stop, the gift shop. Thank you for visiting the North Pole. Gleefully screams nearby sign. You aren't sure who's even allowed to visit North Pole, but you know you can access the lobby through here, and from you can access the rest of the North Pole base. As you make your way through this surprisingly extensive selection, one of the clerks recognizes you and asks for your help. As it turns out, one of the younger elves was playing on the gift shop computer, managed to add a whole bunch of invalid product IDs to their gift shop database. Surely it'd be no trouble if they identify and fix them. They've even checked most of the product ID ranges already. They only have a few product ID ranges, my puzzle inputs, they need to check. So for example, this is our puzzle input, okay? The ranges are wrapped here for legibility. They're a single line. Ranges are separated by commas, and then the first and last are dashes. Listening to the patterns, you can find the invalid IDs by looking for any ID which is made up of only some sequences of digits repeated twice. So 5 twice. Okay. They'll all be invalid IDs. None of the numbers have leading zeros. Cool. Your job is to find all the invalid IDs that appear in the given ranges above. There's 2 invalid IDs, 11 and 22. Oh, these are all numbers within. Oh. Adding up all the invalid IDs in this example produces. Okay. Gotcha. Man, these are not, either I'm just out of practice with doing these or not getting any easier. Alright, so, and let's just go ahead and get our inputs. Let's just go ahead and break these down into the parts. These are going to be the ranges. It's going to be a line split, if I can type, on our commas. And then, I guess we can just do a list of these. I don't want to do a list. I guess we can make a class for this. Let's call this a range. Actually, I can make this a record, can't I? And we can just do start long end. And then what I can just do is I can just do, I'll make this ranges, call this ranges raw. We're going to stream these, and then we're going to go ahead and map it. We're going to go ahead and create a new range. And we're going to give it long parse long of R0. Oh, right. Right. Okay, sorry, hold on. These aren't in the parts yet. Let's just call this parts. We can do R dot split on the dash. And now we can just do parts 0 and parts 1, casting those to longs, put those in the range, do that, and now we have our ranges. Cool, so we have our ranges. Now the hard part is going to be figuring out the duplicates. We're gonna have to just, we're going to have to, I guess it has to, it's only half the number, so we can just split the number in half, can't we? Because if it's duplicated, we will know right away. Yeah. I don't want to check every single one. Right, yeah, I don't want to check every single one. I don't think I'm gonna have to, because I think what I can do is I can get away with doing for range and ranges What I can do is while we're going to need to split it. Maybe I shouldn't have made these long. So let's go ahead and make these strings again, because I think that's going to be easier for us to parse in here. So what we're going to do is do string first half is going to be equal to no, don't do that, because I need to know the start to end. Let's just do long number is going to be equal to range dot start, and then we're going to do while the number is less than or equal to end, range to end, right. What we're going to do is we're going to do first half is going to equal to string, actually call this, let's do string numstring, jeez, string value of number, and then we're just going to split this in half. So we're going to do is numstring, can this can't be 5 digits, right? Or 3 digits. Because if it's 3 digits, that makes no sense. There's no repeats. I don't think there's a, it doesn't give any. It has to be repeated twice. So what we can do is we can just do a check is if num string length, we can just continue. I need to be able to skip. The biggest thing is I'm going to be able to skip numbers, and that's where we're going to have to do something with this, because I think it's going to be wildly inefficient if we just go from start to end of the ranges. It's not going to be fast enough. But I think to start this is okay. I think to start we're okay with this. So our num string is going to be a substring from 0 to numstring dot length divided by 2, and then the second half, right, we're gonna go from that to the end. So the problem I'm trying to figure out, obviously I guess we can just do is, I guess we do need a long part 1. The simplest is going to be just first half equals second half. Like, this is the premise of the question of what we're trying to do. Number, and then number plus plus. In essence, this is what we're trying to do. I don't think it's gonna be fast enough because I think we're gonna be able to skip over chunks of numbers. I'm just curious though. I feel like this is gonna take way too long. Yeah, okay. So we need to be able to skip over numbers. So that's gonna come in 2 places. First, it's coming here, and second, it's gonna come in right after this. Or actually, yeah, after this. So since we're only checking for duplicates, we should just, do we find the first, we check the first, and then what we need to do is when we can change number to simply be equal to actually, it's gonna be 2 separate steps here. If it is equal, we can just skip over to the next part, which is gonna be number is gonna be equal to long parse. I don't like all this parsing I'm gonna be doing, but second half, I'm doing a lot of parsing I'm not a fan of, but I don't know if there's another way to do this. Second half plus 1. And then number is going to be equal to parse long of string value of new number plus, actually no, we can just do this. Essentially this is just going to skip to our next number, the next possible duplicate. Otherwise, what we need to do is we need to find if they are not repeating, we need to go to the next possible repeating. I mean, in essence, it's just... But finding the next lowest repeat. I don't know how to do this part though. How do I do this part? Because like I'm trying to like if it's starting at like this case, I mean it's gonna skip to 1,000. Then add 1,000. I need zeros, but like what if it's at like in this case, I don't 443. I don't want to set the bottom equal to the top. Do I? I guess I do want to set the bottom digits to the top, right? Because there's no world, and yeah, I think that's the right path. Oops. I think that's the right path. I think that's the right path. We're just going to go ahead and do essentially this. A new number is going to be equal to first half, no plus 1. Actually, we can just do first half plus first half. I don't know. It's obviously not working. Is it even getting through any? He got through 1. See, now we're on to this mess. Man, day 2. We are going places. I'm just trying to gauge where we're at. Oh, numbers. Oh, we're not moving at all. Oh, because I have a continue here. Ha 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 ha. Right. Okay, yeah, good job, me, good job, me. Never would have worked anyways with this continue that's here. Sick. Sick. Okay, so if we have 3-digit, we need to make it 4-digit by just adding a 1, right? Which means just number becomes num string with a 1 on it. Because that will be the... it's not going to be the nearest 4-digit, though. The nearest 4-digit... Oh, the nearest, not 4-digit, but the nearest even digit is going to be 1 with... Is there a repeat? There is. There we go. Now continue. Okay, progress. It's progress. What we can see where it's like 2, 6, 2. Why is this? Why is it stuck there? Why is that stuck? Because I'm always incrementing number. I don't think I want to do that anymore. Oh, it's done. That didn't seem right though. Can I put in the example data? That seems... I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Oh, it's because they've grouped it. No way my code works like that. That's not actually far off. Not actually far off. Let's output all the ones that instead of this, let's output all of these. I mean, what's 11, 22, 99, 11, 22, 99, that, yep. 1185. Yep. 222. Oh, it's the 56565. Where is that coming from? Here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Is it picking up if this number is already... but that's easy to fix though. What I can just do here is if again more parsing, I love parsing, is if the second half is greater than the first half, we need number to be okay, actually I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it wrong because it's gonna get funky in here. First half, and then what we're gonna do is first half number string dot value of first number plus 1. Yeah, okay, well it didn't need to be like, okay. One of those has to be like that. Okay. No? This one has to be like that? It's not gonna... I don't like... It's confused. You're very confused. Oh, because it's doing this. I gotcha. Cool. Will it be happy with this now? No, okay. Doesn't need for both. I think that's right. That looks like the right number. Okay, let's put my input back in. And let's roll the dice on this. Hey, okay, I got there. That's actually not that bad. The clerk quickly discovers that there are still invalid IDs in the ranging list. Everything else doing other state pending as well. Non-ID is invalid if it is made only of some sequences of digits repeated at least twice. Oh. Wait. At least twice. Yeah, I was afraid of this. I was afraid of this when I did my first part, and I was like, yeah, I can just split in half and it's gonna work. Yeah, let me think. Okay, I think I made a misjudgment in my first part. I think this continua was faking me out, and I actually can go through the whole range fast. It's not that bad. So I'm gonna do part two. I'm gonna leave part one as it was. I think it's a cool solution. I think it's really fast. Well, maybe. I don't actually know. I think all these parses are throwing it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna try and do part two differently. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go int I equals 0 while I is less than. I'm gonna bring back this. I plus plus. And what I'm gonna do is check if we're gonna do is I want to get each part. Does Java have a has a split on a regex, but it doesn't have that. I can do it this way though. What I can do is I can do string, and this is going to be pattern. Let's just call it. It's going to be num string substring from 0 to I. It's got to start at 1. I'm going to go less than or equal to. Adobe, really Adobe? Sorry. And then we're gonna go J. While J is less than J is going to equal I to start. And while J is less than the length divided by pattern.length, J plus plus. What I think it's going to do is if pattern is 3 long, that means it's going from 0 to 3. J is going to be at 3. And what it should do... No, that's not going to split it into the parts of... It's not going to split it like that. No, it needs to be like this. It's gonna be plus equals pattern dot length here. And this is going to be the check. And we're going to check it against J to J plus pattern dot length. Let's call this int end. Math.min. I think that's got to be done like that. So what we're looking for is checking if it's valid. So Boolean is or repeats. Set to false. And then we're going to do is repeats equals true here. Because we're going to do a check is if pattern dot length does not equal check dot length continue. Otherwise, or no, not continue, break. Hang on. I'm trying to think about how this is gonna work. Okay, actually, I'm gonna hold on. That's the pattern, right? What I can do is I can do a quick check is if pattern dot length length does not equal 0, we know we can just continue through this. Then what I want to do is this is going to be repeat checks. I want to split the string every x whatever. So going back to what I kind of had before is int j equals I, while j is less than numString dot length j plus equals pattern dot length. And we're simply going to do repeat checks, add in numString substring from j to j plus equals pattern dot length. So what should happen is I should get my repeats in a list here, and I can simply just go through and check repeats equals false, and I can simply just do for int for string check in repeats checks, and then if check well, in this case not equals pattern, we're gonna set this to true, we're gonna set this then to false and break out of this, and then do a check here is if it repeats not a number. To go back to, hold on, I don't have a part 2. 0. If it does repeat we're going to do is part 2 plus equals number, and then we are going to break out of this for loop and go to the next number. I have zero hope or faith that this is going to work, but I hit the debug. It gave me an answer. I might as well just try it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Back to this one. Go into that guy. I had zero faith that was gonna work. 218. Yeah, not even close. Okay. We're gonna do a system out print line number. What do I get? A lot of duplicates for actually. Oh. Hold on, I'm actually almost there. It's just not getting. Why is 110 and 112? Can I debug here when number equals 112? Sure. 112, cool. Patterns 1. All right, patterns 1, that's fine. What I'm looking for is repeat checks to be kind of busted. It's not going long enough. Oh. It's not equals, right? Is it equals? No, it shouldn't be equals. Okay, hold on. Something's messed up here. So I is obviously 1. It's gonna go from 1. Pattern out length is 1 to 2. Is it equals? Whoops, that's the wrong place. Is it equals? Is that also missing? No, because it's gonna give me an index out of bounds. Right. If I just want the last. Wait, why is that? Actually, why is that only giving me 1? That doesn't make sense. Two is less than 3. What? Wait, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. What? Add. J is 2. 2 is less than 3. Why are you not going again? Huh? Excuse me? I'm missing something. What am I missing here? What am I missing? This should go again in this for loop, right? Huh? Hang on. I'm just dumb. yeah, plus equals there is that's my problem. I don't ask how I didn't see that sooner. I don't know. Plus equals there was the whole problem all along. Jeez. Cool. This actually needs to go back to I. I think that was probably the problem there. Cool. 417. Now we're matching up. Okay. Wow. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh boy. That was rough. Okay, so essentially both of these work. This one works really well if the ranges are really big, which I got ahead of myself and they actually weren't that big. This works for both solutions. This would have been much faster. It doesn't work for well, it works for this. Sorry, this one. My part one's much faster, I think. Actually, get rid of the print lines. That's going to slow it down. If I had to guess, yeah, much faster. But part 2 is going to work for both. This doesn't scale out for part 2. So I mean, I don't know. You can kind of decide for yourself. I do like the elegance of part 1. I didn't necessarily need to do this. I could have gotten away with doing this and just not having to do these this checking bit here. I just would have had to split the string in half and then just check the repeats. But you decide for yourself. I don't know. So anyways, that's day 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys all tomorrow for day 3.